Welcome everybody to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So I was thinking about this yesterday, and I thought I'd do a live stream about it because I was here. You hear about the passport bros and their woes, and they try to come out with the excuse, well, the women are traveling too. The women traveling too. They go around doing sex tourism. They traveling. And I think one of the things that happened with Obsidian was, the chick for Harriet was talking about the passport bros, and I guess Obsidian is now their defender now. Funny how all of a sudden he's defending passport bros because that's the wave. And so she's supposed to be having a paint and sip party, and he was showing, besides her announcement of this party, where they were showing where these chicks was doing some raunchy stuff at a party. You know, trying to insinuate that her party is just for women to get let loose and go fucking suck dudes. You know. So apparently she gonna be suing him for defamation, and I can understand that because it's like you're trying to say that this chick is just um hosting orgies and stuff, and you know that's not a good thing to be doing to people. It's like, and then it's like some of these dudes will be shaming women for doing that, and I'm like, I don't I don't understand the point of that. Because to me, like, shoot, I've been part of a sip and suck party, but it wasn't called a sip and suck party. It was just called a fucking orgy. and some women were sucking me off. And I definitely was painting them with my penis. Penis. So I'm like, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I'm like, shoot, I'm trying to get invited to the party. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they. I don't know why they flipping out. I want to be invited to the party, and I've been invited to the party. So I don't see the problem. I might let them women have their fun. They want to ride a penis. They want to do all this freaky stuff at the party. I'm like, I've been to a club. Now I was at this club. It's a swing club. Now there was this woman there, and she was getting plowed as usual. And there was a white guy there. I thought that was his wife, and I'm like, so hey, your wife likes certain things. What's going on? She's like, no, that's not my wife. I'm like, oh, what? Oh, I thought she was with you. Nah, I don't know her. She's just here. So I'm like, what is going on? There are women who are that sexual, and they gonna get it in. We had black women go to that same club. They getting it in. Husband nowhere in sight. Boyfriend nowhere in sight. She came in on her own. She wanted some nice penis, and then she go about her business. We don't judge. I know I don't judge. I can't. If I'm going to a swing club, I can't be judging. And I can't be having, oh my God, these women can't do this. They can't be. No, dude. You're going to miss out on stuff. So I just found the whole thing hypocritical when these dudes talking about these women do it too. Like, nobody's worried about these passport sisters. I don't hear those foreign men talking about, man, I'm sure worried about these black chicks coming over to this country. No, they were like, yeah, please come. We will fuck you too. I need variety. I need variety right now. So it's like, one, I don't see the women doing that as far as going to these other countries like that. Yeah, you hear about the white man, and then you find out their relationships ain't for they ain't worth anything. They either doing some kind of race play, or they still got a white man, but they still bitter with black men. They you know, but the majority of them usually don't have a man at all. I'm like, where's your white man? Shouldn't you be worried about him? But that's beside the point. But none of these people in these countries are worried about these passport sisters. For one, what they gonna do? They ain't gonna. What they gonna do? What they gonna fight the man? Nah, man, those dudes will beat her up just like everybody else over there. I'm like, yeah, she go talk slick to them guys over there. Bop. They gonna get the backhand when they call the cops. They're like, hey, what did you do? Hey, you shouldn't have talked shit to this man. What the hell's going on with you? Like, might slap her side of the head too. Like, Pop, what the fuck you call me for this bullshit? I mean, these countries are different than America. They, for the most part, gonna take up for their men. They ain't gonna take up for these women. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would think that it's the same thing. It's not. Yeah, they can go over there and try to go get some sex. Yeah, I mean, hell, we saw how Stella got her groove back. We saw that movie. She went to get some Jamaican boy, brought him back to the States. Okay, that happens. That was based off a real story, like Taylor McGill, whatever her name is. That black author brought that Jamaican boy. It turned out he was with the LBTQ, and also found out she had a crack addiction. So it's like, yeah, probably that crack kind of messed up with her judgment. But for the most part, yeah, these women go out on those girl trips and do whatever. You don't know. You just don't know what they doing. And I'm like, I don't. That's not me for me to care. No, it ain't my woman. I don't care what they doing over there. Like I said, I've seen the sexual side of women. I've seen it firsthand. They just as bad as the guys. Sometimes even worse. They'd be grabbing your dick just out of nowhere. What the fuck? Rubbing up, grabbing you. I had one lady. I'm like, we was at this whole swinger event. They rented up the first three floors. No, 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 not the first three. My bad. The third floor. They rented the whole floor, rooms, nothing but whatever sexual things you into. So I'm sitting there. This woman is basically naked. She just comes to my lap like it's nothing. If they really into you like that, they just gonna do it. And some of them don't even have to be into you like that. They just sexual. Shit, some I had one woman just put my hand right on her breast. Hey, feel this. I'm like, that's what's up. Don't be afraid. Hey, feel my ass too. Like, that's what's up. You think I'm turning that down? No. Some women that look, you be in the club and grow them, they okay with it. Now that's a risk because you never know who might not be okay with it. And shit, listen, y'all see how I look. I'm like, man, can't get away with that one. I'm just saying. But when we're talking about this whole sexual stuff and all that, women do it too. Why we focus on the passport bros when these women passport women? But again, you don't see these women out here like that filming the guys, um, talking about how easy it is to get them in the bed. Like one, that would be silly. Like we know it's easy for for women to lay men in bed. It's like anyone can go get a guy that fuck her. That's not hard for a woman. So it'd be silly to do that. And two, like she, for the most part, she's not gonna come break up their home and cause problems. It's not gonna happen. So it's it's very weird when these dudes are talking about, well, the passport sisters do it too. Like, and nobody worry about them. Well, I like to see the Jamaican man say, man, be worried about these black American women coming over here. Sorry, I'm trying to do a Jamaican accent and I can't do it. My bad. I don't remember the African man talking about, man, we sure worry about these black women coming over here to Africa. They ain't worried about them. Because guess what's gonna happen? They act the fool, they're gonna send them right back to the country. That's it, they don't beat them up, lock them up, or something like that. They're not worried about these women. They're not a threat. They're not a physical threat, not emotional threat, nothing. These men ain't gonna care. I mean, it's incredible that these dudes are like, well, the, these women do it too. So why are y'all going after us? Well, maybe if you didn't put your business out there and keep comparing these women in other countries to American women, Black American women, maybe they wouldn't be all in a hissy fit like that en masse. Now you're gonna have some, even you doing um, living your life, they would still have a hissy fit. I mean, hell, I was looking at Ask Nathaniel talking about Lance Reddick and his wife. No women talking about, well, what about his wife? Why I didn't know he meant this bullshit. This is bullshit. I'm like, first of all, that man ain't bothering nobody. I ain't see one word he has said about black women in particular. Most of them didn't even know he had a white wife. And it's like, so that's gonna take away all that the movies he did and because he had a white wife. And then they talking about how his wife looked. I'm like, it's to go on a little rant on that. It's like I never understood. I guess I understand it to a degree. Why do you care about the actor's personal life? What you should be concerned about is he doing the role that he was hired to play? Does he make you feel something about the character? I don't care what they do in their personal life, as long as they're not harming people, beating women, and all kinds of goofy shit, and going out here talking about black women ain't this and that. I don't give a fuck what this dude is doing in his personal life. He's doing his job in the movies. Why do you care? That gets on my nerves when these women, some of these dudes allow that shit to do, allow these women to do that shit. It's like, okay, you're attacking some guy who's not bothering you because you don't like who he's messing with. You don't see those men doing that. And you want to have a his okay, he passed away, natural causes. And you had black men who have died with black women around died of natural causes. What is the fucking difference? Why do you give a fuck? Just like with these passport, but you can these women doing it too. Who gives a shit? That's why, like, I hate to go off on that tangent, but I just I hate the fact that people are coming down on an actor who's living his life. He's not bothering you. He's not have not insulted black women. He's not the mean black women. He ain't done nothing to black women. The only thing, he had a white wife, and these people lose it. Oh, and we ain't supporting him. And like, what the fuck do you want? Do you want a competent actor that could play the role that helps your image? Or do you just, well, as long as he have a black wife, I guess it's the best thing. And he may be the crappiest actor out there. He's an actor. He's doing his job. You paying for him to do his job, and he did it. You don't fucking like that. I suggest you don't go to movies then, because you that fucking worried about his personal life. Then fucking don't go to movies, because you going for the wrong reason. But that's a little tangent. I was thinking about Ted too, and just that fucking annoys me. But again, back to the whole passport sisters thing. Nobody cares about these women going to travel. They ain't worried about them. Because one of the biggest things that the men worry about the passport bros as opposed to passport sisters is these guys get these women pregnant. They don't care if they get these passport sisters pregnant. She's stupid enough to get pregnant by one, knocked up by one of these foreign guys. Chances are she's not going to be able to get the child support. She's stuck with the baby. And she would have to literally go over there, and that's if with a country with child support. Then on top of that, she would have to go over there to try to get that law enforced. So I want to show this right quick. And we're going to share this here. I'll read this here. So people can see this. All right. So how can I collect child support from a parent in another country? The, the United States has reciprocal agreements with several foreign countries for the enforcement of child support orders through the Secretary of the State. Currently, the United States has treaties with Australia, Canada, Czech Republic, Ireland, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, and Soviet Republic regarding the enforcement of child support orders. The United States also has similar agreements with Austria, El Salvador, Finland, France, Germany, Hungary, Ireland, Israel, Sweden, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom. The Office of Child Support Enforcement also assists states and countries with enforcement of international child support orders. It assists the United States Department of State with negotiating and implementing foreign reciprocating countries and provinces and the recent International Hague Treaty for Child Support. The United States currently has 26 such foreign reciprocating countries and provinces that it has arrangement with. In addition to the agreements with the United States with other countries, individual states have their own agreement with countries other than those listed above. This is particularly true when the state is in close proximity to another country, such as Mexico and other countries in the Caribbean. A local tribunal is the only one that will have jurisdiction to enforce child support order if there is no such agreement between the United States and the particular state involved. In order for the obligated parent to be located, it is important that the parent who is seeking to have her child support order enforced provide as much detail as possible about the obligated parent. This includes providing child support enforcement unit and Department of Revenue with the obligated parent's address, place of employment, whether he or she works for an American company or with a foreign company with offices in the United States, and property information. Through this type of information, the obligated parent may be located and the employer may be able to withhold wages from his or her paycheck. Even if the obligated parent moves to a country that does not have a treaty or other agreement with the United States or the particular state involved, it may still be possible to collect support. However, in such a situation, it may prove quite complex and difficult. An attorney in that location may be necessary to attempt to enforce a child support order. Now, we don't talk about the military personnel. In other situations, the parent may move to another country to intentionally forward his or her obligation to pay child support. In others, the parent who is entitled to receive child support may not know where the parent is living. In these circumstances, the parent may wish to check the United States embassies to see if the other parent is registered with the embassy or U.S. consulate abroad. However, more specific information is commonly protected by privacy laws, so the parent may not be able to acquire a physical address for the individual. The embassy may be able to refer the parent to a local investigator who may be able to locate the other parent. If the other parent is a member of the armed forces or government employee, more resources are usually available to help these entities locate and enforce such court orders. Okay, so basically what that means is if this chick got pregnant by some dude in another country and that dude leaves, unless they have an agreement with the United States or the particular state that she's in with that particular country, she more likely fucked. And on the same token, the guy, if she were to have his kid and get the fuck out the country, he's fucked. So either way, it's a win-win for both of them. If that dude's just fucking and he end up getting her pregnant, more likely he ain't got to worry about it, especially in the countries that y'all talk about. Jamaica, last time I checked, Jamaica don't have that agreement with the United States. Africa don't have that agreement with the United States. So literally, if that chick gets knocked up by one of them guys, she would literally have to go to that country and serve the child support. And I don't think Jamaica has child support. I know Africa doesn't. Jamaica, I don't think Jamaica does either. But either way, even if they did, she would have to go to that country to get that enforced. That means spending millions of dollars. Well, not millions of dollars, spending a lot of money She would have to hire a local investigator. That's going to cost money. So it's like there's a lot of money that she would have to spend to get to him to get this child support. And let's not even want to talk about the custody stuff. Because again, now if he don't give a fuck about the kid, she go with the kid. He ain't gonna give a fuck. He ain't gonna go chase her. It's gonna be very hard for him to get custody. So yeah, these dudes ain't worried about these women going over there. Just financially, they ain't worried about them. Physically, they're not worried about them. They're not worried about them in any aspect that you would think. Why these dudes would be worried about you, a passport bro? Because if you knocked up that chick and you decide to dip, good luck getting child support. Good luck getting any financial support. Because again, they would have to do the same thing. They would have to go through the United States, and if they don't have a physical address or anything, he's not a military or a government official, that family is shit out of luck. So they're more worried about you because of the ramification that you knocking up their women will cause, as opposed to them knocking up these passport systems. They don't give a fuck what they gonna do. What you gonna do? Beat them up? She got to go to that country and deal with that. It, so it's not the same. The 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 danger to them toward from a passport system towards the danger from you a passport bro is totally different. The only thing they would have an issue with if they actually want the child that this woman had, this one of these passport sisters have. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to go get that child because he would have to work with the United States. And yeah, good luck with that. But most of these dudes ain't trying to wipe these chicks up. They for fun, and those women are there for fun. So it's like it's a win-win for everybody. It's not a win-win for you, as long as you ain't knocking them up. As long as you're not knocking them up, it's a win-win for you, and you're not putting their business out there for everybody to see. It's a win-win for you. See, the thing of it is, it would be a win-win for you if you, but y'all don't know how to act. You're making again the same thing that these men have been doing. You're making the woman the most important thing out here. Listen, I encourage men to go travel. I listen, if you want to get the fuck out of the United States, by all means get the fuck out. Listen, I'm the anti-community guy. I'm not for black men need to come back and support the community. No, that's a personal choice. Now, if he don't want to do that, that's fine. If he want to go out the country and build his own community or something like that, that's fine. He gonna do that. But make it about that. Make it about you about trying to build your legacy. Stop worrying about these chicks. You're taking it too far, and it's not helping. It's not helping your cause. You just look more like fools, and that's why people turn against you, and nobody cares about these passport systems. Are they doing some fuck shit over there? Yeah, they probably are, but that shit is on the low low. And don't get me wrong, they doing dumb shit. Some of these chicks are marrying. I remember there was one thing that I saw. trying to think whose channel I saw that on. Was it Ties or Passes? But basically, this black chick went over there to Africa, married a guy that she said, I quote, I don't trust. And she was taken to the cleaners. They was scamming her and taking all the money. And she's like, well, I married him, but I don't trust him. I was like, what the fuck you married this dude for? Why would you do something that fucking stupid? Like there's a uh, one YouTuber that I know that I really respect. She reminded me of one of my female supervisors, Lucy, aka My Black Yard. She moved to Africa. Well, she comes back and forth between United States and Africa, but she married a husband over there. She doing good, and you don't see her on here talking about black men and black women relationships no more. She's like, man, I ain't got time for this bullshit. And she even tells about, yeah, there's some dangers for going over there. Yeah, mostly people will try to scam you. If you ain't on your business, yeah, they're gonna fuck you over. And if you're doing, and some of these women doing stupid shit, like trying to bring these dudes over here, and you don't know who the fuck you bringing over here, yeah, you're gonna find out he might be the LBTQ guy. So, but at the same time, nobody worry about these passport sisters. Those men over there ain't worried about them. They more worried about you. Cause yeah, you come over there, knock this chick up. Now they stuck with the baby. That's if they want to take care of them. But they stuck with the baby. Meanwhile, that passport says she get pregnant, she stuck with the baby, and they ain't gonna get. It's gonna be very hard for them to get support. Meanwhile, on the flip side, those men got to support that child. That's if they choose to do that. And their family is kind of disgraced because they got a not only a bastard, but they having a baby with one of you lame niggas. Like that's more disgraceful than anything. Like I said on the when we were talking about that feminists was critiquing the passport bros. The reason why they have what there's a big hoo ha ha instead of with these white dudes and some other black men is because they don't want to be saying that it's easy for these lame ass dudes to be messing with them. They don't want that. So like I said, the whole thing with the passport sisters and passport bros, it's not the same. The threat's not the same. The consequences are not the same. It's not the same. So to compare yourself, these passport bros comparing themselves to the passport sisters is ridiculous. It's not the same. And really, it's just a deflection on all the weirdo shit that some of these dudes been doing. You up there filming these women, talking about how easy it is, then talking about how they better than black women, and like, whether just live your fucking life. If you got a woman and she's doing good by you over there, just worry about that. Worry about building infrastructure. Worry about building a community where y'all can come together. And so, where a young dude, maybe he getting tired of fucking America, because we know sometimes America sucks. They can come over there, get with you. They got a place to stay, jobs, and can find them a decent woman over there if that's what they choose to do. But no, you still worry about these black women. You can't build nothing, you can't get no power, nothing if you still worry about what these black women doing. You ain't gonna build nothing. And then on top of that, you ranting and raving online how everybody clowning you. Well, they clowning you because you keep worrying about what these black women doing instead of living your fucking life. Sorry, you don't see the passport system doing that. They are. You don't see them doing that like that. Yeah, you got a few goofy women, but usually most of those women don't have no man. Just like when they get on some of these black actors because they have a white wife. I'm like, most of these women don't have no man. You ain't got shit to do. What you worrying about a fucking actor for? If he ain't specifically insulting black women, disrespecting them, degrading them, or anything like that, why the fuck do you care if he got a white wife? That's a personal issue that you need to grow up out of. It's like, goddamn, grow up. Just like these passport bros. Grow the fuck up. You worrying about these women all the fucking time. Grow the fuck up. You should be worried about your legacy, about your future. Stop worrying about what these black women doing over here. They're gonna do whatever. If they want to go to a sucking and they want to do a paint and sip party, or where it turns into a sucking fuck party, that's their thing. That's their business. Ain't mine. Other than the fact I want to be invited, so I can be involved in the sucking and fucking. Hey, D, how is it going, man? But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. It's just like we had a conversation on DJ Torch's live stream about how people is dressing more scandalous, and about the whole party that Sierra and Russell Wilson, and one woman, and I respect her opinion, but it just goes to degeneracy, and like that's not really degeneracy. That's freedom to do what you want to do. I mean, again, when we talk about then we talk about morality. Again, everybody's morals is different. It just depends on how you were raised and what you've been around. Everybody's morals are different. I'm like, what Sierra was wearing, I've seen that. I've seen women walk around naked. I didn't think less of her or more of her being naked. It's just that's what it is. But what the problem is, even with that, is there's some women who want to do that, and they don't want to face criticism. And that I'm like, listen, you can't just do what you want to do without criticism, without people judging. I'm sorry, this is life. Well, what you can do with the opinion, you can ignore it, or you can respond. But either my thing is, especially online, either you're gonna you either respond with facts, or you're gonna have to respond to clown that motherfucker. But you can't come up here crying because people are criticizing you. That's the price of freedom. Not everybody's gonna like what you do. But bring it back to the passport bros, what you don't do is try to put everything on blast and then try to insult a bunch of women and then think everybody's just gonna sit there and take it. No. Yeah, you got the right to talk about these women. Guess what? They got the right to talk about you and clown you. And you got the guys who clown you. Even the guys who Not on the black women is everything thing. They even clowning you because it's like you're doing stuff that makes yourself look bad. And then you get mad because people are clowning you for it. I'm like, no. It's just like I said earlier. You have the freedom to do what you want to do, but you're not free of judgment. You will never be free of judgment. That's just how life works. If you can't handle it, keep your stuff offline. If you're going to do that, if you're going to go over there to these countries, go do what you do, but keep that shit offline. I mean, keep that shit off. Keep that shit off the internet. Keep that shit to yourself. Keep that in your groups. Stop worrying about what these women doing. Stop stop making it about black women or American women. Just focus on what you're doing. And definitely stop. Well, these passport sisters do it too. That's so weak as fuck. Like, well, these women do it, so I guess it's okay. What the hell? You're not on the same. You're not going to be judged the same. For one, two, the consequence of what you do versus the consequences what she do is totally different. Again, nobody worry about these passport sisters. Nobody worry about them. They could boot them out the country, beat their ass, or whatever they're gonna do to these women. If they end up getting pregnant, good luck for them trying to get child support from that foreign that dude. He ain't got to worry about that. The only time he gonna worry about that if he actually care about the child. Other than that, he ain't got no worries. Meanwhile, with you, yeah, that's a big worry because they gotta take care of the child, then they gotta take care of this woman. Now everybody's looking at her like she's soiled and all that kind of shit. They ain't got time for that. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's silly. But again, it goes back to people want to do what they want to do. I said it on a panel. People want to do stuff on other people's dime. You want freedom, but you don't want judgment. I'm like, that's not how life works. Now, do people have to be disrespectful of you? No. But if you come with disrespect, you're going to get it right back. That's how it goes. But anyway, I wasn't trying to make this too long. Thank you, D the Ref, for coming through. I just wanted to bring that out. I just think that whole thing is silly, and the passport bros are just trying to deflect on the fact that they doing some dumb shit and everybody sees it, and they don't want to be called out for it. I'm like, no, bro. You put stuff on the internet that makes y'all look like fools. Guess what? People are going to clown you. I'm going to clown you. And if you up there insulting black women, and you think they ain't gonna come back, I feel yeah. Like I said, and you think these women not gonna clap back, I got news for you. It's not gonna happen, bro. So do what you do. Focus on that. Stop worrying about these women. And that's just not only just with passport boys, but guys in general. Do what you do. Whatever, however you want to live your life, you do that. But stop making it about the women. Everything you do is about women. You can't make a move without a woman. You can't own a house without a woman. You can't function in society without a woman. That fucking gets on my fucking nerves. Because you can do that without worrying about what these women do. And it just makes you look weak and pathetic. And not just on the dudes who insult women, demean women. I'm talking about even the ones who worship women. Oh, you can't live without a woman. If you don't stop with that bullshit, That's why a lot of these dudes are committing, deleting themselves, deleting women, because you make it about the woman and you don't have nothing else but a woman around. Nothing else. And she gone, now you out of there. Get something to do something, build something, and build something for yourself and your legacy, not for some woman. Build something for your children if you got one. Or at the very least, build for your own legacy so how people can remember you. You shouldn't be remembered for I insulting these women. You shouldn't be remembered. I'm overseas with some uh Thailand chick and I'm still ranting about what these women doing over here. That's not how you should be remembered. You should be remembered that, hey, I am living my best life. Yeah, I got a legacy. I got my kids are doing great, whether they black or biracial, whatever. But they're doing great. That's what you should be remembered on. Not ranting and raving on YouTube about fucking black women, even though you got a Thai chick that look like, oh, what the fuck that is. Worry about building your fucking legacy, man. Worry about what these passport sisters doing is not the way you want to go out. That's not the way I want to go out. Worry about what these chicks doing. Mm-mm. Nah, sorry, that's not the legacy I want to leave. But anyway, let me get out of here. I was trying not to go too long with this, but it's just like that message got to be out there. Black men, stop worrying about what these women are doing. Worry about your own legacy and children if you got some. That's the message I'm trying to get with you. Stop blaming these women. Stop worrying about them. Stop worshiping them. They're human beings. They're gonna do whatever, and you ain't got no control over that. Only thing you can worry about is you. Focus on you, getting your stuff together, getting your legacy in order. If you don't do that, you'll be on here ranting and still you got a woman right by you, still ranting and raving about black women. You look like a fool doing it. So again, thanks Steve the Real for coming through. And remember, black men, be powerful or be powerless. The choice is yours. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.